Well, hello everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. And I want to talk about best practices in cryptocurrency and some do's and don'ts of cryptocurrency. Yes, this is a very special show. You want to be a confident cryptocurrency holder. And this video is here to reassure you and pump you up and make sure that you don't make some common mistakes. So I want to prepare your mind for cryptocurrency efficiency. You have to be able to tune out all the crypto noise and distractions that are out there. You have to know how to stay focused on holding on to your cryptocurrency and what to pay attention to. Beware of fancy buzzwords that are floating around out there. It may sound cool and futuristic, but if you don't fully understand it, avoid it. Cloud mining, people, it's a scam. Don't get caught up in all the ICO hype. Keep it simple. You want to be able to hold on to your cryptocurrency. If you complicate matters, you're going to lose your cryptocurrency. Be disciplined. Learn how to be a more disciplined individual because discipline wins in the long run. If you aren't tempted to do anything with your Bitcoin, with your cryptocurrency, you are going to be in great shape in the long run because you're going to have it. To do nothing with your coins is a great thing because no matter how many years pass, you're going to have them in the end. If you do some things, you can lose your coins immediately. Listen to people with experience. And 6 months, that's not experience. Gain experience. The more experience you get, the more time, the more learning you do in the cryptocurrency field, the better shape you're going to be in. The better of a long-term holder you are going to be. And again, there are great voices out there, and I'm sure you're familiar with many of them now that have been around for a while. And you can tell who these people are, but they're not telling you to do wild things with your cryptocurrency. They're taking long-term patience, patient people. Look for patient people with discipline. And if you're watching YouTube, ignore the ads beforehand. Those may seem flashy and tempting, but they're going to lead you down a path to do silly things with your cryptocurrency, to invest them into silly scams or pseudo scams when you're better off doing nothing with your cryptocurrency, with your Bitcoin. If you are a United States citizen, when you're trading Bitcoin, when you're trading altcoins, these are taxable events. You need to remember this. This is a reason why you need to be very conservative if you are even tempted to be a trader at all. Because every time you make a trade, it is a taxable event. You are going to have to pay the IRS money on your profits, deal with your losses, follow all of their rules. Again, just buying your Bitcoin, buying your cryptocurrency and doing nothing with it, that's simple. You don't have to worry about tax complications from trading back and forth, back and forth. Friends of yours, associates of yours, friends of friends are going to tell you about all of these fancy projects to invest in. No, you're not, if you're buying Bitcoin, that's your investment. You don't need to take it to another level and give someone else your Bitcoin. You just gave away your Bitcoin. You don't know if you're going to get it back. Who cares if it's your best friend's best friend's best friend? Again, investments seem flashy. They're great buzzwords around them, okay? Don't be tempted by that. Stay focused. People are going to say, hey, you should get into this lending program. You'll get 1% interest, 8% interest. Again, you're giving away your cryptocurrency. You don't know if you're really going to get that interest. Don't be tempted by interest. Think long term. How much is your Bitcoin going to be worth in 5 years in terms of fiat? Do you think, are you a believer that it's going to do better than 1% interest, 10% interest? Think about it. Think about it that way, and then you won't be tempted. Remember, don't give out your private key or your passphrase when you're trying to get crypto dividends, when you're trying to get forks. Be very careful. You just don't, it's like giving away your biggest secrets. You never ever want to give away your private key or your passphrase. You're probably about to be scammed and robbed. That is how you lose everything. And that's when attempting to make a 1% gain and you lose everything, that's horrible. But that can happen in cryptocurrency. You have to remember that's one of the dangers of cryptocurrency. You can lose it all just like that by giving up your private key. Storing your coins anywhere where you don't control your private key is a risk. You never want to keep your coins for a long period of time, for any period of time on the exchange if you can avoid it. Sometimes you can't avoid it for various reasons. But control your private key. Learn that phrase. Learn what it means. Live it. Learn it, live it, love it. Control your private key. Do not depend on storing your coins somewhere on the internet. Anyway, there are all sorts of fear, uncertainty, and doubt rumors out there. Don't read too much Twitter and don't listen to the trolls in the troll boxes on the exchanges. You have to be able to tune out that stuff because rumors and fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that can scare you. That can make you want to sell your coins and you end up losing them. You end up never being able to buy them back because they went up in price or because you had to pay taxes on them or whatever. Again, those are ways to scare you out of your coins. You want to be able to tune out those type of things. Price drops. There are huge price drops all the time in cryptocurrency. There are people, you have to get used to that. You have to be able to weather those storms and not freak out and sell because you're going to end up regretting it. There are people out there that talk a big game and say, well, you just have to buy low, sell high, go back and forth between the two. And those are big talkers. Everyone is a genius in hindsight. Be familiar with that, okay? Everyone claims they were able to do X, Y, and Z. They're lying to you most likely. Again, everyone is a genius in hindsight. They're going to tell you all the things that you should have done. No. Those are it's easier said than done, people. Stick with a long-term plan. And remember, we all make mistakes. Don't rely on others for anything. Personal responsibility is the new counterculture. And don't blame others for your mistakes that you make. Learn from your mistakes so you don't make them again. If you find the scapegoat, if you find someone to blame for your mistakes, then you're just going to end up doing the same thing over and over again. So again, try to minimize your mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and just realize that in cryptocurrency, there is no one to bail you out. So try to not make big mistakes. And it's all about personal responsibility here. If you're not able to take personal responsibility, then you probably shouldn't be in cryptocurrency. It's a new counterculture. It's exciting. Welcome to cryptocurrency, people. If you must use an exchange, if you must be involved in an exchange, make sure it's a big exchange, not some fly-by-night operation, and that it uses two-factor authentication. and get your coins off of that exchange as soon as possible. Again, I said that before, it cannot be, you want to control your own private keys. And once you do, once you get them off that exchange, send them to a device like a Trezor or a Ledger Nano, where you do control your own private key. And have more than one device, have more than one hardware device, and use more than one address at those hardware devices. It doesn't hurt to diversify. When you're using the best, when you're controlling your own private key, try to have multiple private keys, multiple addresses, multiple storage devices that you use. If you have a paper wallet, make a few copies of that private key and just be very careful. Be very careful. And make it fireproof if you can. And again, if you want to avoid buying cryptocurrencies from an exchange and you want to do it peer-to-peer, then meet a person in a very public place like a bank where you won't be robbed, okay? And fully understand how to send and receive a Bitcoin before you make this transaction one-on-one with a person in person at a bank or a safe space, in a public space somewhere, okay? Know what you're doing. And you can practice sending Bitcoin by setting up free Bitcoin addresses, free wallets at blockchain.info. It's free. It doesn't hurt to practice sending and understanding what receiving and sending Bitcoin is all about. Finally, cryptocurrency is unconfiscatable wealth only if you go about things in the right way and you are careful. So good luck and pound that like button.